my end. Jessica or whoever's on the council desktop, are we seeing anybody else coming in that at this moment that we should wait on?
She's not seeing Eric Lair.
Okay. I see Councilor Kimmy is here as well. Oh, there's Eric too. Okay. After these two join the room, we'll go ahead and kick it off. Okay.
Jesse who?
What was that?
Sorry about that.
That's okay. All right. I am calling the October 28th, 2025 Beaverton Urban Redevelopment Agency meeting to order. Will the recorder please call the roll?
Board Member Duggar?
I'm here.
Hartmeyer Prigg?
Here.
Hassan?
Here.
Kimmy?
Here.
Teeter?
Here.
Tivnon?
Here.
Beatty?
Here.
Hanning?
Here.
Nye?
Here.
Walton? Oh, Sarah? Okay. Lair?
Here.
Okay, is that everybody, Sue?
I believe Sarah Walton just joined. Could you just
There she is.
confirm?
Yep.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Hi, Sarah. Welcome. Board Member Walden. Okay. Visitor comments. The first item on our agenda tonight is visitor comments. Visitors are welcome and allowed to speak to the Bureau Board about matters not included on tonight's agenda. Recording Secretary, do we have anyone here to address the Bureau Board?
No, we do not have anyone in person or online.
Okay, great. We'll move right along to board communications. Do any board members have any information that they would like to share with the rest of the board or the executive director? And I do see Ashley's name and our board member, Hartmeyer Prigg's name.
Thank
So
you.
go ahead.
Thank you. Last week, Councilor Duggar and I had a chance to spend some time with some of our chamber members, and we were speaking with the owner of Central Station Taps. And we had just a really great conversation about our open retail space in the bottom of the beer garage, and got to do a little bit of education about how your council is part of the Bureau Board, but also that's just part of our responsibility as well and get that filled. So I know we all worked together and with staff to change our criteria to try to get people into those spaces, but I just wanted to pass on that the folks are, especially like our small businesses in the area around, are feeling those vacancies as well. So just hoping, I know Fabo's is on the list, but hopefully we can get our other spots filled as well.
Thank you, Board Member Hartmeyer Prigg. Okay, I see no other names in the chat or hands going up, waving around, so we will move on to the consent agenda portion of the agenda. There are 3 consent agenda items tonight for our consideration. Bureau Bill 2025-21, that's resolution number 2025-069, a resolution adopting a supplemental budget for the fiscal year commencing July 21st, 2025, and making appropriations therefrom. Second one is Bureau Bill 2025-22, that authorize the executive director to execute the exclusive negotiations agreement regarding disposition and development of the hall and center site. And then the third one is Bureau Bill 2025-23, that authorize the executive director to execute an exclusive negotiations agreement regarding the disposition and development of the Lombard West site. Do I have a motion for the consent agenda?
Sure, Chair. I'll make a motion to approve the consent agenda.
Thank you. Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Great. Any discussion on the motion? Seeing none. Okay. Recorder, will you please take the roll?
Board Member Duggar?
Yes.
Hartmeyer Prigg?
Yes.
Hassan?
Yes.
Kimmy?
Yes.
Teeter?
Yes.
Tivnon,
Yes.
Beatty,
Yes.
Hanning,
Yes.
Nye,
Yes.
Walton,
Yes.
Lair.
Yes.
Motion passes 11 yes, 0 no.
Great, thank you, everybody. So the final item on our agenda is the Executive Director's Report. Andy, do you have anything for us tonight?
Sure, Chair. Just a few items. Good evening, board members. Just a couple quick updates. Last week, the mayor convened and then staff helped organize a downtown parking roundtable that was held at the conversation was at the First Street Commons. There was 13 staff in attendance, but happy to know that oftentimes you have more staff than the public in these, but we actually had double the amount of property owners and businesses represented there. So there were over 25 properties represented, and it was a good opportunity for conversation about what the first 2 years of the pilot project has been like for downtown compliance and the data collection. And then folks broke up into different groups to talk about recommendations and priorities and what they'd like to see moving forward. So all in all, it was a good conversation that will lead into, we'll summarize the conversations. We actually have a staff meeting tomorrow to kind of see what that's going to turn into for a white paper so we can share out the conversation to the participants. And also we'll do that with the BURA board too. And that will help inform the downtown parking management action plan, DP map. That'll be out in draft form early next year, early in 2026. So anyway, that was a good event. I'm sure several of you knew of Beaverton, participated, took some kids out, got some candy at Beaverton, put on by one of our partners, the BDA, over the weekend. All in all, I think that was a good event, even with the weather. Yesterday, I might cede a few minutes to Tyler here. He led a tour group for a national conference called the Impact, which is a transit and urban mobility, urban development group it's doing a national conference in Portland. I think yesterday, today, and tomorrow, and one of their field trips was out to Beaverton. So Tyler, maybe run them through a few minutes of what the run of the show was for that, because it was a good showcase of all the work in BURA.
Yeah, thanks, Andy. Actually, it's always fun to be able to show off the work that we've all been accomplishing over the past years. As saw Councilor Teeter at least once drive by. I don't know if he was trying to follow us in his car or what, but we had about 30 people, including a couple Metro staff who helped organize the event, and along with another volunteer from Echo Northwest. Had mostly, I believe, maybe one local person who attended. Everybody else was from out of state and in Canada. So quite the collection of transit agency participations or organizations that are fully involved with transit kinds of developments. Public officials, consultants, so quite the mix of people who wanted to hear our story. It was billed as a chance to see what we've done in Beaverton, actually called Leave It to Beaverton, which I don't know if that helped draw folks in from a marketing perspective or not, but maybe we could be thinking about that for future references. Started at the round, went over to the Arc Central Hyatt House to the garage, and Chris Suzuki and did a conversation for 20-25 minutes in the Reeser. Very impressed with the theater and how we got there. Walked down Chris's trail over to Lombard West, pointed out Hall Center sites, and Lombard West talked about what's the solicitations in the ENA that you've approved tonight in both of those projects. Talked a little bit about sub-basin strategy. And so what are we doing with our creeks and stormwater management? We teased last month Alyssa Maxwell coming and talking to BURA about the sub-basin strategy. Actually, we will do that next month, November 18th. A little bit about the transit center and their improvements and how that's the busiest transit center in the system. The history of West, blue and the red lines coming through downtown, and how important it is to have both of those hitting in 7 and 8 minute intervals, which is terrific all the way out to the Hillsborough Airport. made our way across the busy world of Canyon and kind of recognized all the challenges that we still have and worked our way up to Broadway, to Madera, Beaverton, and talked about all of our restaurant strategy and building improvement programs and vertical housing, development zone, the new restaurants that are coming on board, the 1,200 new units that have happened in the last 10 years, with another 600 that are slated, 600 plus that are slated in the upcoming years. Over to the Commons, talked a lot about the Commons, and as Mayor also did at the parking event last week as well. The loop obviously was a big portion of it, and conversations of what our planning team has been doing with the development code updates to help incentivize development in the downtown, and made our way back over to the BC2 Beaver Dam area and talked a lot about urban renewal, what that means here in Beaverton, and how we've been able to accomplish all the things that we've done with the resources available. It was good to kind of show that we've got these vacant lands that we have been acquiring, and it's a good reminder, I think, for us and all the different staff members that were involved yesterday, that it takes a while and acquisition is hard. And it's looking back and at that area, and it's been, I believe, 17 properties that we've acquired over time. And we know that we want the best for Beaverton in this area, so forthcoming. We finally finished off at the BG Food Cartel and talked a lot about how we figured out how to do a food cart pod and changes to our code and what the BG family has been able to do there and as a gathering place. And so great feedback. We've had a couple folks who was like, hey, we want to bring our team, our board to Portland, and we would love to spend some time with you in the coming months. So wanted to share that. It was super exciting to show off all our accomplishments and talk about the challenges that still lie in front of us.
Okay. Well, thanks for the summation, Tyler, and thanks for letting. Today I learned that Kevin Teeter drives, so I did not know that. So it's a good summation of everything that went on yesterday. Yeah, it was fun to showcase all of the progress made in Beaverton. So with that, yeah, Tyler just hit on our next meeting, November 18th. That will be in conjunction with the City Council. That will be after the regular City Council meeting on the 18th. We'll have a work session on the downtown subbation strategy and potentially some real estate conversations, but more to come there if the time works out. So that's it for the report. Chair Teeter, back to you.
Thank you, Andy. Any board members have any questions for Andy or staff? Okay, I'm not seeing any. I've got one. We had the October 14th deadline for the Building Improvement Program grants. I'm just curious how our applications were looking. How many did we receive? First, how much funding we had available. Any initial thoughts or reactions there?
Tyler, do you have any numbers?
I'm trying to come up with numbers because I know I've heard them and I've seen them, but I can't tell you off the top of my head. We'll have to get back to you on it.
Yeah.
We know that we were super happy, and because there were some previous grantees who decided to not move forward in the last round, we did have more funds to be able to move around for this round. And so instead of having just a couple projects, we do feel like, yeah, we're going to actually be able to fund more projects than what we initially thought. So that's the good news. And yeah, I'll have to get back to you. It might be in the executive director's report, actually. I'll have to open that one up.
Okay, thank you. I do see Board Member Hassan.
Yeah, just a quick question. We're seeing increased ICE activity across the county, and we're starting to see that impact on business owners in terms of like their workers potentially being taken. Have you heard anything about that happening within our core businesses or folks who are being impacted by that?
Board Member Hassan, not specifically related to the BURA district, but there are parts of Beaverton that we have been hearing have, maybe been affected, fewer visitors, definitely fewer customers, but not specifically in the BURA area.
Okay, I don't think I'm seeing any other comments or questions from board members in the chat. So with that, our next Bureau board meeting will be, as Andy said, on November 18th. And we will adjourn this meeting. Thank you, everybody, and have a good night. We are adjourned.